Hello everyone, Nathaniel Gavronsky here, and I am in Des Moines, Iowa at the Iowa State Capitol. And this video is going to be for all my friends to the great northern nation of Canada. Throughout the entire history of what would become Canada, since the settlement of Turtle Island by the Clovis and other First Nations peoples, to the arrival of the Vikings in the year 1000, to John Cabot in 1497, to the first navigation of the St. Lawrence River by Jacques Cartier in 1535. Canada has never had to use its emergency powers as a British colony or as an independent nation. This video is going to be talking about what's going on with the trucker convoy. For those of you that haven't been following along in the last couple of weeks, truckers from across the 10 provinces and 3 territories of Canada had descended on Ottawa to speak out against mandates, vaccine and mask. Now, many countries around the world have lifted all their mandates, if not all of them, at least most of them, and understanding that we've gotten to the point of where vaccinations are going to have been given out to those who are going to take them, and that the masks themselves really don't do any good for anybody. And this is what these truckers are here speaking to, is that over 80% of them are actually vaccinated. So it doesn't necessarily impact a majority of them, but for the minority of them that are impacted, they want to stand up for the voices and freedom of all people in Canada. You look at Canada's history. It's a very has moments of glory and it has moments of dark stains, like every other nation's history. You have the hundreds of thousands of Canadian soldiers in World War I, the 1.1 million of them that served in World War II, Gold and Sword Beach on the Norman invasion. The Canadians have had a huge impact on global history. The fact that Canadian soldiers per capita have more stations around the world serving as peacekeepers than any other nation in either UN or NATO combined. Canada has been a symbol for freedom and liberty across this globe in ways that most other non-Canadians wouldn't be able to realize or fathom how much effort Canada puts in to this reputation of liberty and having a voice for freedom and democracy. Canada has had its rebellions. You look at the Republic of Canada, which was a little island in between the state of New York and Canada, which was quietly put down with occupation by Canadian federal troops on the island. And at that time, the Canadian government realized that hey, maybe we should listen to what these people have to say. Maybe their voices have some weight. And then the Red River and the rebellions by Louis Riel, his 2 rebellions leading to the creation of Manitoba and the city of Winnipeg. Again, federal occupation of Winnipeg. And again, even after the first rebellion and Louis was captured and then elected into Parliament, even though he didn't seat, the government did listen to what the Métis had to say. Now, the second time around didn't work out so well for Louis Riel, but everyone makes their choices. He stood for what he believed in, and that's what gives him a great historical look at today in Canada. Everyone knows who Louis Riel is and what he stood for. And Canada at the time realized that the Métis had a reason to be concerned and wanted to make sure that their rights and all of the Métis and First Nations peoples were going to be recognized as Canada expanded into the prairie land, heading towards its manifest destiny, with claiming British Columbia in the late 19th and early 20th century. All these times, Canada did not enact its emergency powers. World War I, World War II, these rebellions spanning throughout 200 years of Canadian history. Not even the terror attack in Canada or 9/11 to bring out the emergency powers in Canada. The idea of taking away people's right to banking and access to finance is something that we do to foreign nationals who are trying to be tyrants on foreign off lands. The fact that it's happening in Canada is a dark stain against the Canadian history. When you look at the creation of the Canadian Mounties and the residential school system, where the Mounties were created basically to round up First Nations peoples to indoctrinate them into European culture, forsaking everything that was their own identity as a First Nation person, and that dark stain could be almost a blemish compared to what Canada has just done to its own citizens in the year 2022. The United States, and specifically the state of Iowa, stands with Canada. For many of you that might not realize this, the Iowa flag has a tie to New Canada. As you can see, the Iowa flag has some similarities with the French flag. It's because we were part of the Louisiana Territory, which was part of New France, along with Canada, which the French used First People language to name their word for settlement or village, Canada, as the first province of New France, Nouvelle France, and then Louisiana was the other part of that. And Iowa takes its flag from the French tricolore because we are part of New France, and what we bear on our banner, we believe that all Canadians share, and that is our liberties we prize and our rights we will maintain. This is something that I strongly believe in, and I know every Canadian does too. The Iowa Governor, Kim Reynolds, recently wrote a letter to both President Biden and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau explaining that what is going on is not helpful, and it is a stain on both of our nations for trying to demean these people as terrorists when they're only trying to speak truth to power, and they're trying to preserve the freedoms and liberties for all citizens, both Canadian and American. To all of my friends in Canada, I want you to know that true patriot love is to all of us command, and with glowing hearts we see thee rise. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard with thee. Merci beaucoup, mon ami. Tabarnak de Trudeau. Au revoir.